Ahoy! We're the Boomershines, a family of 4 who've moved aboard a 56-foot motor yacht to do the Great American Loop and beyond. Meet Captain Mark. I'm Admiral Cinda. This is First Mate Belle and Bosun Rex. And we can't forget the ship kitties, Angie and JoJo. Welcome aboard as we share our travels and triumphs, trials and tribulations, tips and tricks for life aboard Seashine.
Hello and welcome to episode 58. We're glad you joined us. In this episode, the intrepid crew of Seashine continues the final stretch of the very tight and shallow Trent Canal. A beautiful stretch of the adventure, but one they will be happy to have behind them. Seashine then finally catches up with their buddy boat, Sojourn, in the beautiful port of Orillia, where they take in the sights. Let's see how it goes, shall we?
Good morning! How did you guys sleep? Did you hear any funny noises? Good morning from the top of Lock 38 on the Trent Severn Waterway. We are heading that way today and hopefully crossing Lake Simcoe on a beautiful weather crossing day and ending up in Orillia, Canada. We've got 4 locks back to back right through here, and they're going to be really narrow and really shallow. So we're catching the first lock opening, hoping to beat any traffic. A little worried about all that. And it'll, I'm sure, be trafficy when we get into Simcoe because it's a Saturday. But when we dock in Simcoe, we will finally be back with our buddy boats. So we have fixed our boat. We have traversed a good portion of the Trent Severn. We have found our lost cot on our neighbor's boat. I mean, can you believe that? And now we are on our way. But yeah, look, she left our boat and went to their boat. Just right there. But they're awesome. They're lovely. They slept through the whole thing. This is the Trent Canal. Literally a canal through the farm. Hi, Mark. Farms and farms. And a ditch in the center. Okay, we're at lock 30, I think. 40, I mean. And we were right at the front this time. Pretty cool. There's Jane. Jane and Bob, our new friends. Looks good? You good, Dad?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna drink my coffee while we lock and dock. They're closing the lock walls. Okay, nothing like super tight, you're good, canoes, and now we're adding a train to the mix. There you go. We gotta go into this bridge. You got plenty of room, I think. But just in case, makes me happier that we're not going through with the train. Might be a stretch, but you got room. Oh yeah, you got plenty of room. Can't even touch. Are we a prep? Farewell, friends! We made it out of that section of the Trent Severn. Holy smokes. We made it out.
7 feet. That feels like 100 feet.
Oh my god. 2 cats, 2 kids, a functioning engine. It's most of our sanity. What we don't have sanity-wise is because of an issue in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not boat related. Lake Simcoe is gorgeous!
Ladies and gentlemen, Seashine just completed the Trent.
We didn't complete it. We are mostly done with the
We
Trent.
have 3 more locks. The trickiest section of the Trent Severn Waterway.
And we have 2 kids, 2 cats, and 2 functioning engines.
The reason you knew about the engines, the reason she mentioned the cats is last night, what time was that? 10 o'clock. We're on a wall by a lock, which is basically the wilderness. Cinda goes, I'm gonna go check the lines to make sure. Side note, there's been a rash of people that just untie boats, and you'll wake up and you are like floating in the middle of a channel or up on the other side. But we like to make sure, so we bring a rope out of the boat, around a bollard or a cleat, and back on the boat. So to unhook the boat, they have to get on the boat. Anyway, that's why she was checking. She goes outside. What happened?
Angie, one of our cats, has somehow escaped. We're not sure how. She's on the dock, so when I go to get her, she freaks out and jumps on a neighboring boat.
There's only one other boat where we are. Very friendly Canadians, like a 30-foot.
But it's 10:30 at night. She's in their boat. They're sleeping. I know that because I can hear them snoring. Anyway, we proceed to spend the next 45 minutes trying to get our cat off their boat and onto our boat in the stealth of night.
We tried treats. She ate some of the treats, and then she was full, and then she went back into the boat to take a nap.
And they're on their windshield. It's like a cabin cruiser. So
I'm on the end of the dock playing linebacker, because if the cat gets freaked and jumps off the bow and runs towards the land, it's all forests of Ontario. So that would have been bad. So I'm literally looking like a linebacker going back to Westminster football. The cat was not getting by me. I'm debating, do I tackle it or do I go that mode to scare it back that way?
oh my gosh.
Anyway, Cinda gets the cat toy,
Like a little string
dangles
thing.
it, and slowly gets her to a point where you can then...
She was sleeping under their windshield, so I got her to the back of the boat, but she was clever, and she was hiding behind like a stanchion. So finally, after playing with her for like 10 minutes in the dark and silence, I slowly creep up on the gunnels of the other people's boat while they continued to sleep, and his snore cadence continued. And I did it so slow because I didn't want to rock the boat when it's a much smaller boat than us. Anyway, slowly like a sloth, and then I got to the point where I could just strike like a viper, and I got her by the nape of the neck, and we were off the boat.
And then we got on, went to bed. We woke up, we just did 3 locks, pretty uneventful. 4 locks, 1 narrow spot, and now look where we are.
Woo!
Lake Simcoe, which everybody told us was treacherous on a windy day. It's not a windy day, it's absolutely beautiful, and we are in 20 feet of water, which feels like
Oh my gosh.
10 fathoms. So we're going to the port of Orillia, right over there, and we're gonna meet up with our buddy boats. It's been a week of huffing to catch up with the party. So anyway, that's the update. Look at the color of this water. Absolutely gorgeous. That's where we are.
Okay, so we have admittedly not posted because looping, posting, parenting, working, living is all a lot to do.
A lot to do, and we just don't have enough time in the day.
So this is a quick update to say we are on the loop. We are recording everything we need to do, episodes, if you will, but to kind of track our trip. We just don't have time to edit it. So, in a nutshell, since our last update, which I just posted, that I just didn't have a chance to upload, and it's really old, that was beginning of May. That was like a week into the loop.
Yep.
Shortly after that, I was ready to quit the loop. Like, really ready. It's hard.
There were a few moments where we were both done.
We're done.
Parenting, trying to do some sort of school, operating the boat. We, at that point, said 1 day at a time.
1 day at a time. 1 day at a time, let's see how far we can go. And right now, we're on Lake Simcoe in the Trent Waterway in Canada. It's been an adventure. So May was, it was the struggle bus.
Yep.
We were all kind of getting used to the boat, how to operate it, get in and out. Oh, it's a total stress case. June, we made it up to Chesapeake Bay. We had a really harrowing experience on the Chesapeake Bay. We lost our bow thruster in the Dismal Swamp. We got that fixed in the Chesapeake Bay. And then we made it to New York.
Glorious, amazing.
New York City.
We got the shot of the boat and the Statue of Liberty thanks to our buddy boats.
Yeah, in June we made it up to New York, and in the process we met up with a couple other loopers that we just adore. And looping with buddy boats is a game changer.
Things got better.
Oh my gosh, things got so much better once we kind of like got into the looper world. And then after New York, we went up the Hudson and we did the Erie Canal with our buddy boats, had a blast. We got into Canada. It was
Thousand
awesome.
Islands was
Thousand
amazing
Islands,
in New York.
So that's July. And then we started the Trent Severn. We got to about a mile outside of Lock 18. There's 45 locks on the Trent Severn, I do believe. We got about a mile outside of Trent 18, and Cream, our starboard engine, just decided that she wasn't happy.
She blew out black smoke.
I know, and Rex goes, why is there so much smoke? And we look back, and oh my Lord, I thought
Voice isn't that deep yet.
Yeah, well, anyway, I thought we were on fire for sure. Long story short, that was on a Thursday afternoon. By the grace of God and the most amazing lockmasters and Canadian friends that we now have, by Friday morning we had a mechanic on board in like small town Canada. We had a mechanic on board, and we diagnosed the problem to, well, one blown fuel injector that was stuck open. And then the trick
was source them, find the part.
Was finding these fuel injectors. And it was on a Friday, and the following Monday was a Canadian holiday. So, long story short, we spent a day trying to source the parts. The soonest we could get them to Canada was on a Thursday.
There were none to be found in all of Canada.
All of Canada. So, we had them shipped to Buffalo. We took an hour-long rental car, a 45-minute rental car to the closest town. We rented our own, or not rental car.
We took a 45-minute cab.
To the closest town, rented a car, drove to Niagara Falls, got to see Niagara Falls.
Made a great weekend of it.
Yeah, then on Monday morning we crossed back into the States. We picked up our parts that had been overnighted to this place in Buffalo.
Because we didn't want to risk shipping or customs holding things up.
So we picked up our parts in Buffalo, we drove back to the amazing little town of Hastings. Our dock neighbors, who are a bunch of liveaboards, or they spend their summer on their boats at this marina where we just happened to end up. We're having a potluck on the dock, and they waited for us. I will forever just love.
Love you, Tammy and Scott.
Oh, everybody
on
Dock C at the Hastings Village Marina, and everybody who worked at Hastings Village Marina. They were so amazing. Anyway, so we got back Monday. Tuesday, the mechanic was back on board. Got Cream going again.
10:30 was on board. Engines were cranked by 11:30.
Yeah, and then Wednesday we were back on the waterway, and now we are on our way to meet up with our buddy boats again. We've also had lots of other adventures. Like last night, we lost a cat escape, and we found her asleep on our neighbor's boat, or our neighbors were asleep. She was on their boat. I could hear our neighbors snoring. Cat was in their boat. I couldn't exactly go in their boat to get the cat. Anyway, we got the cat back. It has been an adventure. Those are just the highlights.
The cat in Ontario.
Those are the highlights. So that is your rest of May, June, July, and start of August update. But you want this view?
Yeah, looking forward.
Yeah. Amazing.
Listen to Seashine purr.
Yep. She's just purring away. Okay, so these are the narrows. We need to go through this tiny little narrow opening, but as you can see, there is a bunch of boats heading our way. So we are just gonna hang tight right here. lovely on a gorgeous day, and we're gonna reunite with our friends. We just gotta get it docked. Woo! Good morning from Orillia, Ontario, Canada. It is Sunday morning, so we are off the boat and we're going to church. And then they're having a festival on the docks, apparently, so we may get to see some dock diving competitions and maybe a cardboard boat race. What? And then we also have to do grocery shopping and laundry and a bunch of just logistics and planning. No, but we're heading to Georgian Bay next, so that's going to be super fun. We just got to get prepared.
Here we are in Orillia, Ontario, going to St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, 1888.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on YouTube.
Cardboard boats. Our tour of the playgrounds of North America continues in Orillia.
And Mayor Clark is pulling the bottom down.
Oh, winning Canada. Oh, Mom. Alright. Going to go watch some thespians.
Pretty, sorta. That does not look pretty at all.
What? At this point, a little storm's gonna bother you, Admiral Cinder? I think not, you salty gal, you. Well, folks, stay tuned for the next episode. Seashine's crew brave the Big Chute Railway. In case you're not familiar, it's the lock where you drive your vessel onto a rail car and, get this, they lift the boat out of the water, drive it over the road, go down a big hill and then place your vessel back in the water. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? Be sure not to miss it, and as always, shine on.